Alafia, welcome to African Fairy Tales with Adesina. I invite you into my enchanted forest. Pull up a stump, take a few deep breaths, and listen. King Lorelei awakened in a cold sweat, his heart beating and filled with angst, fear, and regret. Why had he treated his trusted advisor that way? Didn't listen to a word he had to say. Earlier that day, the small boy had come to him with concern and humility, telling the noble king about all the misfortune he did foresee. He said, "Noble King Kabiese Lorelei, I notice you've been slacking a bit. Long time you haven't made sacrifice. No ebo, no rituals. It seems like all of the things you used to do, you quit." So Lorelei said, maybe. The trusted advisor said, maybe you should visit Orumilai Lady Irene to check in and see what your destiny may bring. I've been hearing a lot of chatter and whispering here and there. Some want to see you removed from your throne, stripped of your crown. Even your right-hand man, Polygon, is among the lowdown. They want to see you overthrown and cast out. The king, filled with arrogance, and began to boast and brag. Overthrown? Me? I'm the strongest, the powerful. I'm put the royal in royalty. Before he could go any further, the humble advisor said, okay, it's clear you're not listening to me, so I'll just go along my way and let you be." Later that night, the king had saw for himself in a dream, yelling and fighting. Ultimately, he lost all of his wealth. The king shook off the thoughts and ran to Orumila to get help with his plight. Orumila threw his opele to read and gain insight, and Odu Ase'ooo soon appeared with advice to help Lorelei overcome his strife. Orumila said, "You must do these rituals and do them with care. Make offering to Ase'ooo and Ogunye Moye, and take food and beautiful offering to the river for Oshun, Oreyeo. Lastly, when you see the fresh fish, rub it on your head over your Ori, and you, Lorelei, will have victory." Lorelei listened. Wow. It just seemed like too much. So he summoned his trusted advisor. "I have a few things I need you to do. Take this ebo to Ase'ooo, take this offering to Ogun, and go to the river and make this offering and gifts for Oshun." The advisor said, "Yes, Kabiese," humbly, and did all that he was asked. But then he returned to the king to do the last task. "King, I really think you need to do this last task. I made the sacrifice to Ase'ooo and Ogun, but I think this last ritual is really for you." Lorelei said, "Fine, if you insist. I'll do the last two things on this awfully long list." So the two headed to the river, Lorelei half-heartedly with the offerings and food for Oshun. Out popped a glistening, slimy new fish. There it is, exclaimed the trusty advisor. Rub it on your head so you'll have all that you wish. But the king said, what? On my head? Never. Do you think I'm a fool? He straightened up his garment, his crown, and tried to look cool. They headed back to the kingdom, but it was no longer in peace. War cries and chaos could be heard from miles away, so loud in the streets. At last, the advisor, what he saw and what Orisa saw, was underway. Too scared to enter, Lorelei ran back to Orisa, his eyes wide with panic, as he described all that he saw. He told Orisa, I did everything you told me, everything, not a single flaw. Orisa listened and said, I see you did a part, but that wasn't enough. You cut so many corners, and now it's just too late. You have someone else do all your work, so you just have to accept your fate. So Lorelei left Orisa, his head hung low and humility toward the ground. Lorelei returned slowly in defeat to his town. Polygon sat, but he was very restless on the throne. He said, this kingship, it ain't all it's cracked up to be. I wish I was a chief again, where I can just do my duties and be free. So he called for the small boy, the trusted advisor, and said, hey, you did an awesome job. You seem to know this king stuff really well. You know the ins and outs, the joys, the pains. I think you could make it through the sunshine and the rain. So he took off his crown, removed himself from the throne, gave the small advisor the ring, and the humble advisor who did all the work became the new town's king. Sometimes even I get busy, distracted, and sometimes just don't feel up to doing all the rituals that I know that keep me aligned. But then I remember this story and it helps me to get back in line with my divine assignment, with the things that I know I'm here to do. And I hope that this story helps to inspire you too. If you would love to learn more about the Ifa Orisha way, I invite you to follow my beloved godmother, Dr. Iya Funlayo, where I learn all of these beautiful stories that I share at Ase'ooo. May you have this new calendar year of 2026 and all the years to come bliss, peace, love, laughter, and happiness ever after. Ashe. Until our next meet, Odabo. Bye for now.